Are you curious to know how the fall and winter markets are going to look here in San Diego? Well, you're in luck. This is Zanganeh bringing you tips and tricks on how to win in the San Diego real estate market. So as you probably heard in the news recently and other lagging market indicators, you'll notice that the market is generally seeing a slight increase from last year to this year. You'll hear the numbers thrown around 1 to 1.5%. Really depends on the micro markets of San Diego, but generally as a whole, the county's gone up maybe 1.5%. Nothing really that exciting. Well, as we probably know from previous videos and information, what happened in Q4 of 2018 and Q1 of 2019 really affected and slowed down the marketplace. And then what's happened is a lot of the homes that sat on the market got relisted. People took the homes off the market, and all of a sudden the interest rates dove back down, and we saw this resurgence in the market. We've seen an incredible amount of people come back into the market. We're noticing open houses are extremely busy now. In fact, we had over 200 people at our last open house. We're noticing that a lot of energy has come back to the market, and I expect to see this through the winter months as long as interest rates stay where they're at. We did notice them creep up just recently here if you're watching the news, but I expect to see the market continue to do what it's doing for the present time being. We're watching a lot of owners go into the winter considering spending money on their homes. We're getting calls every week from an owner going, should I invest this in my house for next year? And our contractors have been busy, and a lot of the folks we normally have, like handyman and those type of people, we're actually helping clients do a lot of prep work for homes that they're selling in January, February, March of next year. We're starting on it now, so the homes are ready and that they're prepared to make their move. So we're getting asked a lot of what markets are hot and what markets are not in San Diego. Well, as you could probably imagine, the affordable markets, the first-time home buyer markets are very hot right now. We're seeing those fly off the market as fast as they've ever flown off the market, multiple offers on a lot of these homes. The next segment that we're watching is that first-time move-up buyer. So somebody who's bought a property maybe 3, 4, 7 years ago, and now it's time to move up because life has evolved. Well, those folks have an incredible amount of equity in their homes, and they're looking to roll all that equity into a home that they can be in for the next 5, 7, 10 years. So we see that market very saturated with buyers there. And a lot of those folks, we're finding them contingent, that they need to sell a home before they buy a home. And we've had great strategies and great success to help those folks win on those transitions, because there's so many important details that go into that move to make sure that there's a seamless transition and no one gets left behind. So then as we get into San Diego luxury, let's call that 1.5 million to 3.5 million, we're finding that market slightly sluggish. Why is that? Well, if your home isn't in prime condition, it's not moving, it's not selling. We see the markets with that price point of inventory sitting for quite some time if the home hasn't gone through a renovation or really looking in tip-top shape. And then we look at our super luxury. This would be like our 5 million plus type home sales. This year, we've seen home sales of over 5 million, over 10 million, and actually even over $20 million. We've had a few sales this year that have happened in San Diego over $20 million, which is very rare to see. So we noticed that trophy properties and custom spec built type homes that are being built for someone else to buy, so brand new construction homes, high end, are moving. Everything else, an average home that is in average condition, we're seeing it sit. So we're urging so many of our owners to take that step because it's way less expensive than a price reduction by just investing that money the right way into your home before you put it on the market. So as we go into next year, what are some indicators that you guys can watch from at home to know the market might be changing, shifting, getting better, getting worse? Typically, what we're going to look at is interest rates. As you guys saw from almost 12 months ago, interest rates make a huge deal on the buyer's ability to purchase and their willingness and confidence in the marketplace. So when we see interest rates start to creep up, that's when I would start watching the market. The next thing is the stock market. Because a lot of the investment capital that's used to buy properties is invested in the stock market, if it's not being used in real estate, we're noticing a lot of these folks who are stock market sensitive to move and shift with the market as the market goes up and down. And then the last one is presidential election is next year. and it doesn't really matter who you vote for, but probably the latter half of next year, we will see the market slow down a little because people want to know what's happening in the next 4 years. And what I tell people is that typically if you're waiting all the way to the election time to sell your house, you might have missed a great opportunity to sell earlier in that point of the year. Most of the folks we're talking to are looking to get their homes on the market in the spring and summer months of next year to make sure that they're sold and doing whatever they're going to do before the fall. So, if you see 2 or 3 of these indicators start to shift or change in anything outside of the norm of what's being expected today, that's when I would raise your hat, give me a call. We can sit down and talk about how we can help you with your transition. So we hope this information is helpful with your guys' transition going through the end of this year and into 2020. And if we can be of help to you guys and you're looking to just have a simple conversation of what should I do, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks so much for watching this video. Have a great day. Thanks so much.